Today we can live in such a modern civilization, but the contribution of electricity is the most, and since the invention of electricity, the invention of various things has been rapid, but who can tell you that this electricity was not invented by anyone? This thing was already in the world. We discovered the method by which we can use electricity. In today's video, I will tell you about the discovery of electricity, some mysterious unknown information. So watch the video till the end and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Nothing in the world was discovered in a day. Behind every discovery there is the effort of many scientists. Similarly, the attempt to discover electricity started from thousands of years, but no one invented it. This thing was already in the world. We have discovered the method by which we can use electricity 2,600 years ago. A mathematician named Thales saw that if he rubbed an object on silk or cat's fur several times, small pieces of paper would stick to it. But at that time, Thales thought it was black magic, so he did not do any further research on it. About 2,000 years later, in the 16th century, a doctor named William Gilbert, who was the physician to Queen Elizabeth of England, noticed that not only silk or cat fur, but rubbing one object with another produced an attraction between them. e.g., a pen is stroked repeatedly through the hair and then it is moved to a piece of paper. If the pieces of paper stick to the pen, then William Gilbert named the force electricity, invented a device with the help of which it was understood whether there is electricity in any object. He named his invented device as electroscope, and it was the first device invented in the world to measure electricity. After that, many scientists worked on electricity, but without much success. In the 18th century, Benjamin Franklin, a great American scientist, started researching electricity. Let us tell you that this is the Benjamin Franklin whose picture we see in the $100, and this Benjamin Franklin is called the founding father of America. At one time, Benjamin sold all his possessions and started researching electricity. On a rainy day in June 1752, Benjamin was flying a kite and tied an iron key to the string of the kite when lightning struck the kite. And from there, electricity passed through the rope to the key and then reached Benjamin's hand. And that's how Benjamin Franklin became the discoverer of electricity. Let me tell you here that there is a lot of electricity in the semen that comes out during the rain. Franklin discovered electricity. Then in 1791, the two scientists Alejandro and Luigi Galvani conducted an experiment in which the two legs of a dead frog came into contact with two different metals. Luigi Galvani named it animal electricity, but his friend Alejandro agreed. No, he said it was caused by two different metals, so it should be called metal electricity. Then Alejandro did a study in 1792, and in 1800 he invented the world's first battery. He made a battery using a few different metals. Alejandro made zinc and copper. After the discovery of a battery by soaking several metal sheets in sodium hydroxide, research on electricity continued rapidly because before that it was not possible to find a specific source of electricity. The electricity obtained from this battery discovered by Voltus was called DC current. Then, in 1820, a scientist named Hans Christian noticed in his research that when electricity passes through a metal wire, a magnetic force is generated around the wire. A year after this phenomenon, in 1821, the scientist invented a motor that works on a magnetic force in the karat, which is known as DC motor. But until now, electricity was only limited as a research subject. Then, in 1879, the famous American scientist Thomas Alva Edison invented an electric bulb, and some common people started using electricity. At that time, Edison started an electricity manufacturing company, and there he used DC generators. But the problem with DC generators was that the electricity generated by it could not be transmitted over a distance of more than 3 kilometers by means of metal wires, and because of this, every 233 kilometers. An electricity production factory was set up. At that time, there was a scientist working in Edison's company named Nikola Tesla. Talked to Edison, but Edison didn't agree. He thought that if this invention was successful, his DC current business would be ruined. Edison told Nikola Tesla that electricity is very dangerous. To find ways in which electricity can be carried far and wide enough to make it cheap enough for ordinary people to use it, own. Finally, in 1887, Nikola Tesla invented the AC generator motor, which made it possible to carry electricity over long distances. And since then, the use of electricity has increased, and new invention of new electrical devices. Nikola Tesla discovered AC current, the electricity we use in our homes today. So, friends, this was the history of the discovery of electricity. If you like the video, please like it and share it with your friends. Until today, I will see you again in an interesting video. Thanks.